in case my SOS fell on somebody's ears. For all I know, the world and burn, the ashes disappeared. So here I sit, waiting right into the sound of my dying motherboard giving me the countdown.
What's good, everybody? It's LoDo. I'm back again, hanging out tonight with hip-hop artist Sum. Sum, thanks for coming through, man.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So go ahead and let you introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are, where you're from, and what you're about.
All right. My name is Sum. I'm originally from North Carolina. I also claim Atlanta and New York City as homes and places that I've lived. But I've been out here in Los Angeles for about seven and a half, almost 8 years now. And yeah, so I've been doing this quite a while, even though I'm, pretty much a new artist and not a lot of people know about me. I've accomplished a lot over the years that I've been doing this. I got a band called The Milky Way. I've dropped several albums, but probably my most notable album is the last one I dropped. It's called Dragon Volume 1. That came out in November of 2012. And so I am now working on the second installment of that series, Dragon Volume 2. And hopefully I can get it out, by summer of this year. So that's what's going on right now.
Oh yeah, we featured video Oblivion from that Dragon Volume 1.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, real, first thing that came to mind is just real interesting video. Visually real interesting, and obviously what you're doing on the track itself,
Word.
Unique, interesting, very creative. Talk a little bit about, that track Oblivion and the video.
Oblivion was produced by Blockhead, who is, somewhat of a legendary producer in indie hip hop circles. He produced a lot of A$AP Rock's first project, and he's worked with just a lot of dope artists over the years. And I got that track, and originally, like I do a lot of times, I wrote a whole nother song for it, and I was feeling the song. It was cool. It was personal, but I feel like I still didn't strike a nerve with it. So I put the beat to the side, and wrote a few other songs, and then one day I sat back down with that beat, and the first couple of lines hit me, and then that story happened. So it's a story about a space traveler, and I'm a storyteller in a lot of ways, and usually on each album I have one or two stories like that, and I love when it happens like that. They just kind of fall out. I didn't really plan it. I didn't really think about where the story was going to go or what the arc was going to be or what the character was saying. I just kind of let it happen. And so that's how the song happened. The video happened late last year. The homie Hashem, he directed it. He's a great director and set designer by trade. And, he was trying to get his video portfolio together. And he had worked on some videos for some other friends of mine. Shout out to Malkovich Music. He shot 2 of his videos from his album, Great Expectations. So I had pitched a video concept to Hashem and for a whole nother song, and he was kind of feeling it, but he went back and listened through my album and was like, yo, let's do Oblivion. And I was like, that's like the most ambitious song you can pick on the album. Like, I'm flying through space. How are we gonna how are we gonna shoot a video for this? And he was like, we're gonna make it happen. So, he was all in. Like, he had this really ambitious vision for it, and I'm all about, ambition and imagination and creativity. And so, we put our heads together on that, and that's how the video came out. And a lot of it, we kind of came up with the concept along the way. We had a general broad idea, but a lot of those things we kind of came up with while we were actually on the shoot,
Yeah, definitely, I would say probably an ambitious video for, just being a fairly new artist. And, but definitely really, what struck with us was just the storytelling in it.
Right on.
Obviously visually very, striking, but on the track itself, what you're doing lyrically, great story that you're telling. It's
for sure.
Fun to watch, fun to listen along to. So I had to, my husband, he's the MC, the engineer. He wanted me to give you a shout out specifically on that track. He was really digging it.
Okay,
So,
cool. All right, yo, tell him I said what's up. I appreciate the support.
so one thing I noticed your content, you seem to pull a lot of different influence from all sorts of things. So outside of hip hop, what type of things are you into that influence you that,
Oh man, that's a great question. A lot, I read a lot of different authors. Right now I draw a lot of inspiration from music documentaries and autobiographies. So right now I'm reading the autobio of Miles Davis, and I just finished Malcolm X, not too long ago. I am a big fan of, like Eastern philosophy and astrology, and obviously the album's called Dragon, and natural medicine and holistic health. So I kind of always keep some books around about that just to kind of keep learning. I'm a Reiki healer, and I'm into martial arts and Muay Thai, so I'm always like, reading up on the ways of ancient fighters and warriors and things of that nature. I draw from a lot of stuff, the outdoors. I do most of my writing outside, walking around, soaking up the city and soaking up the universe. I like to go out and write at night and be up under the stars, and so that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from.
for sure, I hear that. That's my favorite place to be, under the stars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man, cool. So let's see, what's you into movies?
Yeah, kind of by default, because I'm out here in LA.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be because that's all everybody talks about. And also, my wife is a filmmaker, so she kind of keeps me up on it. I'm more of a television cat. I'm on TV shows right now, real tough.
So what are you on to right now?
Man, let's see. I just finished The Following, the Kevin Bacon joint. Have you seen that?
I've caught one episode of it, but
Yeah, I
I
mean, it's
haven't
pretty
gotten into
wild
it.
outside of the fact that Kevin Bacon is the lead. I mean, once you begin to appreciate that, then the show itself is dope too. Because Kevin Bacon, he's a great actor. But yeah, so The Following, I'm into all the Breaking Bads, and I did Hell on Wheels for a second, and uh, I really am kind of sleeping on Boardwalk Empire right now. I gave the first couple seasons a shot, but I got bored. But I hear it's picking back up, so I got to get back on that. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I'm checking for.
Very
What you
cool.
watching?
Right now, let's see. Um, we just finished up. We did. My husband and I were watching Sci-Fi Show. The name is slipped me right now.
Uh-huh.
Um, about a space traveler. I cannot recall the name of it right now. We're on to that.
Oh yeah, was it a music video called Oblivion maybe by a really cool
That
rapper
might
named
have been
some?
it. That might have been
Okay,
it.
sounds
Um,
familiar.
oh, it's gonna kill me, the name of the show. I gotta find it.
It,
But
it'll come back to you.
onto that, I've gotten a little bit more into sci-fi stuff.
Uh-huh.
Hadn't really been into a lot of sci-fi until watched. My husband got me into Battlestar Galactica a couple years ago, and we went on a
Major,
binge watching that. And since then,
major.
I got pulled to the sci-fi side.
Yeah, Battlestar is I once upon a time said it was the best show that's on television. I think I have since fixed my mouth, but it was definitely up there. Battlestar, it just touched on so much, spirituality, like the military, Holocaust, man versus machine, like it touched on all of that stuff, and the cast was bomb, all the
Absolutely.
actors, all the actors was dope.
Yes, that's one of my favorite recent series that I watched, because I
Okay.
came in late to that one.
I
Shout
can
outs
dig
to Netflix. Gotta
it.
love it. Go on
Yeah,
a binge watching.
got to. It's like the only way to watch right now.
It is. Skip the
Just people,
commercials. We
yeah,
need to get a sponsorship from Netflix for all this promo we do for
right.
them.
Yo, yeah, people talking about, Game of Thrones is coming back on April 6th. I'm like, you're not gonna catch me anywhere near nobody's TV on April 6th. I'm just gonna wait till it's done. You know what I'm saying? And just like lock myself up in the cave, you know? and just disappear for however long it's gonna take just to watch the whole series. Because I can't even do it no more. I can't do it like you used to do it, like where you sit and you wait for the new episode to come out.
Oh yeah, no way.
Yeah, I'm good.
See, that the old way of watching TV is dead as far as
It's like done, and Netflix is just killing. They just keep
Yep.
dropping that point home.
They keep picking up series after series.
Yeah,
You know?
like
Yeah,
this year.
I've had quite a few people try to put me on to Game of Thrones, and that was once it comes out on Netflix, to get the series on there, I'll sit there and watch it.
Right on. Well, yeah, I could put you onto some sites, where you can stream it now.
I got you. That'll have to be post interview. We'll get that.
For sure. Yeah, House of Cards, man. I'm waiting for that though. I think that comes out on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, I think me and my wife, I know what we'll be doing on that day.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you're working on your next album, part 2.
Yeah. Among other things, I'm working on a lot right now. I'm probably working on too much, just to be honest. But I'm working on the next full-length album. I'm working on my band, the Milky Way. We were kind of quiet all last year for various reasons, but we're now starting to kind of get back into it and pick up steam. We had some staff, some staff changes and things like that, and we had to get our music right because our live show is incredible, but we weren't all the way confident with our recorded music. So anyway, we got that squared away, and so you'll be hearing a lot from the Milky Way. Matter of fact, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see a new song I posted from them. It's called Already There. I just posted that maybe a few days before I posted Oblivion. So yeah, getting the Milky Way back up and, working on the next Dragon and working on a new event. And I just launched my music supervision company, Precious Metals. And, that's all I'll speak on. It's not to bore you, you know what I'm saying? But I got a million other things happening too.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
So, who you listening to right now? What music is currently in your now playing in your queue?
Let's see. I'm listening to the new Danny Brown. Some of it, select joints from it. I'm listening to Pusha T. I'm listening to Ab-Soul. I'm listening to let me see. I'm actually gonna pull up my playlist right here. I can tell you.
There you go.
Listening to these new Clams Casino beats. He's been dropping these instrumentals. Listening to Thundercat. Sampha. You up on Sampha?
I'm not.
Did you check out Drake's album?
Mhm.
Yeah, you know that song Too Much. He's singing on that chorus.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and at first his voice kind of bothered me. Like he sounded kind of like Cassandra Wilson with a hangover, and I was just like, who is this? What is this? And then one day I woke up and was like, man, his voice is actually pretty authentic. And so I dug out some more and found out he's on some Tracks album, and he's got some stuff coming out. He did an interview with BBC. You should check it out. He did it on, I think, like December 31st or something like that. And he previewed some new songs. So the only way you can hear him is to listen to the interview. He hasn't released the songs yet, but they're incredible. So yeah, and I stay listening to old music. Like I'm a student of music, so I stay listening to classic stuff, classic rock. I'm listening to Bowie and Supertramp and Billy Joel and just Fleetwood Mac and a bunch of alternative and indie rock too. Twin Shadow and Tori Moa and. I keep it because I'm a DJ too, and I DJ a lot of different places that have different tastes in music, and so I have to stay abreast of different genres, and so but I've been a big music fan my whole life, of all genres, and so I always just like to be up on the new stuff,
So so growing up, what kind of music was always playing in your house?
Well, growing up, what was playing in the house was a lot of soul, a lot of blues, which I hated at the time, but now I get it and I actually love blues. It's a lot of soul, R&B, and blues. And then when I came of age and could kind of start, collecting my own music, then it was hip hop, and I've always been a fan of pop and rock, and you know, I mean everything. So yeah, it was always, and then it got to the point where when I was in high school, I was playing stuff, and my mom was like, "What are you listening to?" Because I was bumping like REM and Depeche Mode, and U2 and all of that, and she was like, what's going on here? Who is this guy? Michael Penn, just crazy stuff. So yeah, all kind of music. The Smiths, a bunch of. I'm from North Carolina, and North Carolina is real big on a lot of people consider it the home of indie rock. So I grew up hearing a lot of bands, hearing a lot of bands that were just local. So I have a fondness for local bands. So we had bands like Dylan Fence and the Connells and all that kind of stuff, bands that nobody's ever heard of from outside of North Carolina. And I still keep that stuff on rotation.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important as an artist, keep your own listening pretty well rounded. A lot of stuff that I've heard from artists, the feel I get from them tends to be that they probably listen to artists similar to themselves and nothing else. But the people that stay in rotation in my playlists are the ones when I listen to them, I'm like, I can only imagine the list of artists that they've been influenced by and who they listen to and the type of music. So it definitely comes through in your music. So.
Oh, right on. Yeah. It's like I don't have a choice. I try to not something I'm learning is. I try not to alienate people, not alienate, what's the word? Intimidate people. Sometimes you can intimidate people with your your perspective, you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm trying to, temper myself or anything like that. But, you kind of have to give people, things like that in small doses, you know what I'm saying? So you can sense that I'm eclectic through my music, but it's not as wild and crazy as I really could get, and where I plan on going in the future, because I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna get bored doing the same things, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to shake it up, and that's what the Milky Way is for a lot too. Like the Milky Way, we keep it very experimental. Like we go surf rock, we go funk, we go soul, we go ska, punk, reggae, wherever we feel like, and that's what makes our live show dope, because it's all founded in hip hop. So everybody gets to kind of experience these different genres through hip hop, So yeah, I just try to have fun. And represent my influences.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, definitely I'm looking forward to checking out some of the Milky Way as well.
All right.
Keep us updated once the new album drops. We'll be sure to make sure we get it up at ashy2jazzy.com.
Okay.
Guys, if you haven't checked out, be sure to check on Ashy to Jazzy, Sum's video for Oblivion, and be looking out for the new album. Go check them out, sumkilla.com.
Okay. I appreciate y'all posting it, and just shouts out to everybody, everybody who's following you, and shouts out Dundale PR who got the video out to you guys, and everybody who is involved. Bad Touch, the Milky Way, Blockhead, Hashem, what's up, bro? And shouts out to y'all, Ashley Jazzy.
For sure, man. Thanks. Oh, I remembered. Oblivion. That's the name. Sorry. No. Now I just lost it. Oblivion's your video. Continuum. See? You got it in my head now. Continuum is the name of the show.
Okay. I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
You just put me on.
It was a sleeper. A lot of people didn't hear about it, so.
It's a show or a movie?
A show. It's on SciFi.
What?
Continuum, yeah.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, so you gotta check it out.
All right, I'm there.
So you check that out. I'll be checking out some Milky Way. So.
All right, for sure.
All right, guys, check them out. We'll have the link below, somewhere down here. So check it out. Thanks for coming through.
Alien holy grails, radiant solar flares, they showed me we gon' prevail. That is the human spirit, the genie in the bottle. We only seen a glimpse compared to who we are tomorrow. Capacity to love well beyond our current squabbles. The deepest well imaginable, doesn't know about them. What matters to you now don't measure in the scope of quantum mechanics and major movements in nature, it ain't a problem. Forgive, reset,